What's going on, Frankmeisters? Good to see everybody at 11 o'clock on this Friday night. Everybody, give me a one if you can hear me. I need to know if you guys hear me because I had some technical difficulties last night, and I want to make sure that everything's working correctly. Can you all hear me? Come on. What? Hold on, guys. Okay. Mustang, you say you can hear me? Boston, you can hear me? Thank you. I do want to thank everybody that came out last night for the live that I had. Even though there was some technical difficulties, we were able to get through it. And I'm glad that people were able to stick around to listen to what had to be said. And I'd also want to thank everybody that sent me messages throughout the night and throughout today, thanking me and telling me what a good job I did on my live last night. It was informal information. But I wanted to come on here for a few minutes because of the motion that was filed by the defense yesterday in regards they want cameras in the courtroom, which is kind of odd. You know, you think the defense wouldn't want it in there because what if they lose? They're going to look bad. But I got a very prominent person who is very prominent in the YouTube community that everybody knows. And I talked to him about it, and he thinks it's a good idea. And he thinks that the defense team is just trying to make a name for themselves and wants to be showboating, whatever you want to call it. But I got a call this past Monday. Of course, you guys know that I'm in contact with several people through Allen County, Miami County courts, and Carroll County. And I'm also in contact with a couple of news reporters and journalists and program directors with a couple news stations here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Well, I got a call this past Monday to let me know that one of the news stations was requested to appear in Delphi today at the courthouse. They want to take a look and see what it would take to get cameras in the courtroom. So they went up there today. And about 5 o'clock today, I got a call to give me an update. Plus, I gave them an update on some information I had gathered today in regards to the Delphi case. And so she gave me an update. And first of all, I asked her, I said, are they going to be mounted cameras? And she said no. And then I was really stumped because if anybody in my chat that's ever been to the Delphi courthouse, the gallery is real small compared to the actual courtroom floor where the bench, the defense and prosecutor's table, the jury box, and the judge's benches. It's probably twice the size of the gallery. So she ended up telling me that she is able to fit 4 tripod cameras in the gallery. And I said, how in the hell are you guys going to do that with such a small gallery? I said, that basically right there is telling me that there's not going to be a whole lot of people going to be able to sit and watch the trial. So they're going to work on it, and the next thing that's going to happen, I'm not sure if she was informing me that they're going to have a meeting with the judge or they're going to turn over their findings to the judge and find out if the judge just wants 1 camera, 2 cameras, 3 cameras, 4 cameras, whatever the circumstances might be. But like I said, I was talking to somebody earlier today, or just a little while ago, as a matter of fact, and they said that Judge Gold will go for cameras being in the courtroom. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about that because of the fact that these were children that were murdered in Delphi, and I've watched enough court TV where they're in the courtrooms during trials like that, and I've seen the cameras pointing right in families' faces while they're sitting in the gallery, and you can see how emotional and everything they are. I just don't know how I feel about that, guys. I mean, I understand that everybody wants to see the trial and see what takes place if there is a trial. I could care less if there's cameras in the courtroom because I'll be there no matter what. So, I mean, I don't know what to think about this right now. I'd have to sit and ponder and think about what would be the cons of cameras being in the courtroom. Let me give some shout outs real quick. I got quite a few people popping up here in the chat. God, I'm surprised y'all are still up, even though it's a Friday night. Mustang, what's going on? Wanda, Hey, D, how you feeling, hon? Don Spain, you're back. Where you been hiding, bro? Let's see. We've got Jumpin' Jack Flash, See Through, GP. What's going on, lady? I'm surprised you're still up too. I can't believe, honestly, that I'm up because I was up until 4 o'clock this morning after the live last night and got right back up at 8 o'clock, instantly checking for anything that's been dropped by Carroll County in my case or anything like that. So I do that every couple hours every day to make sure there's nothing that's been dropped and that I'm missing. So we got See Through, Jumpin' Jack Flash, True Crime Housewife. Good to see you. Boston Christian. Oh, we got Squatcher. Bruce, good to see you, buddy. Hey, Beth, what's going on, young lady? Who else have we got in here? Jeff H. New one to me. Nice to see you, buddy. Mindy Harris. Nice to see you. Now let's get some people's thoughts on what you guys think about cameras being in the courtroom. Do you approve or you disapprove? Or are you guys up in the air? Or give me some thoughts. Let's have a little chat here. Was bored, so I thought I'd come on here. Ray Jones, good to see you. Boston's always around. Don says, I just want transparency, but I don't need the drama directed at family. As long as you are there to give updates, I'm good with that. Everybody knows when I go to all these hearings, I either go live on my YouTube channel or I'll go live on Facebook. Let's see. We got See Through. If it is a clear case that he is innocent, it will benefit his return home. Well, I'm here to tell you, it's not my opinion. Honestly, it's a clear case of guilt, being found guilty. Honestly, that's how I feel, because I spoke to someone that is involved in the case today, and they said that there's a room full of boxes full of evidence. So Nick McClellan and the prosecution is sitting on stuff that we don't know about. Bobby's for the cameras. Going too fast here, guys. I'd like to know how the families feel about it. I'm up in the air with it. You want to know how about Beth? I'll tell you how the families feel about it. I spoke with Becky Patty today about it, and she's not down with it whatsoever. She is not down with cameras and being in the courtroom. Miss Thang, finally, good to see you. Miss Persevere, good to see you. Yeah, Becky is not very happy. Well, I wouldn't say happy. She just don't want the cameras in the courtroom. Like I said, I mean, they're going to have to relive this whole situation through the whole trial from day one, when the girls went missing, to the next day when they found the girls deceased. They're going to have to relive all that. And I don't think the cameras should be in the courtroom filming things and catching them all emotional and things of that nature. I just don't, I mean, I really don't know, because I'm not in their shoes, so I don't know. I've never had a grandchild murdered. So I wouldn't know how I feel. Ophelia Payne, nice to see you. Kay, nice to see you. Agreed, Don. I agree with you. Sorry about that. I agree with you, Don. I mean, I'm here because of the girls and to protect the family. And I don't care what anybody else has to say. I know there's people that talk a lot of smack back behind my back about me. I really don't care. You know, you don't know me, and I don't care if you get to know me. If you want to get to know me, I'm one of the coolest dudes you'll ever meet. I'll do anything for you. Deja Vu, good to see you. I'll give you the shirt off my back. Each and every one of you in this chat right now, especially you ladies, if somebody was to fuck with you, oh, you best believe I'm coming out of the woodworks. I am very protective when it comes to women and children, period. You know, there's a lot of drama going on right now, and I try to avoid all that. as much as possible, because if I get caught up in it, then it's just going to get buck wild, and I don't want no part of that. That's why you don't see me like in Delphi After Dark, Anthony Greenos, any of them channels that are drama. It's all they are is drama. They do drama to get clicks, and that's on them. As far as I'm concerned, it's going to come back and bite them in the ass. Who else we got in here? Miss Thang, what do you got to say here? Let's see. If I met and partied with Frankmeister? Yes, you have. Yes, you have. As a matter of fact, it was New Year's Eve this past January. You, your daughter, your husband. I got to meet your husband in the band. I got a drumstick. I got a guitar pick from your husband, and I still got them. They haven't went anywhere. Believe that. And I enjoyed that night with you guys. I really did, because I don't get out much, guys, because of my physical abilities with the injuries that I've had and the surgeries that I've had. I've got a lot of damage to the nerves in my legs and stuff, so it's really kind of hard for me to be on my feet a lot. So, all right, let's see. Don't do it, Frank. Stay classy. Hey, would you rather get your ass whooped or have some man protect you or stand up for you? That's just how I feel about it. All right, we got Miss Haunted Parker. The cameras would give people a visual about the complexity of court proceedings and form their own opinions. Also gives people an educational look for those interested in the law careers. I tend to agree with you, but if they want to know how court proceedings go, they can just go to Court TV and watch it, because this case is worldwide and it's 2 children. And I just don't think, in the manner that we believe they were murdered, should not be exposed on TV like that. Excuse me, on TV like that. I mean, I have to put myself in the shoes of the parents, the grandparents, and family members. And I hope you guys would feel the same way. Would you want your face exposed all over Court TV or whatever channel that this could possibly be broadcasted on, all emotional and hearing the details of what happened to these girls and everything? I just don't think I can do it. I just don't think I can do it. I can do it. Yeah, so did I feel you. I took about a month off from Facebook because of all the drama that was going on. Doxing and putting a fight together to fight it out, to get your frustration. I just don't, that's so damn immature. Grow up with that crap. Yeah, if you guys raise money, yeah, it's a good thing to donate the money to some type of charity of some sort, but the way you guys are going about it is just childish, immature. You know, I have never seen such garbage in my life between a couple channels, and I'm just like, come on, guys, you guys are 30, 40, 50 years old. I'm 55, and I don't even get down like that anymore. Yeah, if you piss me off at a certain extent, yeah, you'll see the dickhead, excuse my French, come out of me. All right, see through. I still vote cameras for transparency. No reason for them to be pointing them at the family. Well, see through, I'm sure you've watched plenty of court TV and watched cases in there where you see the camera pointing at the gallery, looking at family members and things like that. I just don't think that should be done, period. It should be focused strictly on what's going on in front of the gallery, not what's going on in or on the courtroom floor, not in the gallery. Just thought I would stop by to see how it's going. I have no idea about the drama. I missed all of that. That's a good thing, Ophelia. Good thing. Ray Jones, there's a lot of people out there that want to know a lot of details. I want to know some details, but I do not want to see any photos, crime scene photos, especially the girls, or anything like that. I don't care about all that. I just want to know what the motive was for Richard Allen's doing this to the girls. That's what I want to know. I can care less if it goes to trial or not. Let him plead out, but still tell us why the hell you did it, dude. Did one of the girls piss you off and you just snapped, or was you going through a mental breakdown and you just decided one day to take a Bowie knife and your gun out to the trails, claiming that you're watching fish and looking at your stock ticker when we all know you were full of shit? Sorry, guys, but I'm starting to figure out a little bit on. Remember when the lady said that she saw who she believed Richard Allen on the first platform? Okay, I've come up with a little bit of a scenario, maybe theory type thing. Well, when she turned around and left and was walking back toward the Freedom Bridge, she said she walked by two girls. She wasn't sure if it was Libby and Abby, okay? What if Richard Allen decided to follow this lady and saw Abby and Libby and made contact with him, and something happened, and he decided to wait until they got on the bridge and got halfway across and started bolting toward them and caught up with him at the south end of the bridge because one of them pissed him off somehow? What if that's the possibility? I'm just throwing ideas out here, guys, because I actually don't know exactly what happened here. All we know is what took place at the south end, down the hills, across the creek, and over on Ron Logan's property. That's all we know. Let's see. Yes, Don, the families have been through hell. Trust me, I am in contact with the Patty family at least twice a week, checking in with them to make sure they're doing okay. If there's anything they need, is there anything like documents, paperwork they're looking for? Because they'll call me sometimes. Hey, did you get this? Do you have it? If you do, can I get a copy of it? That's the thing between me and Becky. That's what we do, because I feel like they're being left out of a lot of things. But I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% positive, but I am pretty sure that they know some things that we don't know. I'm pretty sure of that. As prime example, what's on the audio tape? I know for a fact that the families have listened to it because they have told me they've listened to it, but they have not given me any details what's on the audio. Just what we heard is all that we heard. I don't know what else is on there, but the family members do. Yes, GP, families have been through enough. Do we actually know the motive? It's not real crystal clear yet. So many rumors with this case. That's exactly what I'm saying, Miss Honda Parlor. I just want to know the motive. Why would you kill two innocent children? Come on, you're 45 years old. They're children. You have a daughter of your own, just a few years older than them. How would you like it if somebody did the same damn thing to your child? I bet you didn't think about that shit when you did that to Abby and Libby. Sorry, guys. It's got to the point. This shit has really pissed me off with him, with his little excuses. Oh, I went in psychosis in prison and now da. Man, come on, dude. Come on, man. Sorry. I had to vent for a minute. All right, Miss Persevere. I haven't seen many court cases with cameras that focus on victim families. That's not what I'm saying, Miss Persevere, but sometimes if you watch court TV, and you'll see sometimes the cameras will turn at the gallery and film the gallery for a split second or so. I just don't think they should be doing that. And you're right, they should be focused more what's going on with the proceedings up in front of the gallery, like I said earlier. Deja vu. This is my sports buddy right here. Deja vu. The outcome is not predictable at this point, so why corrupt yourself? It's been going on 7 years till trial. Exactly. Get it over with, dude. Because if you go in front of a jury, they're going to hang you. They will hang you. And I don't give a damn what anybody says. When two children are killed and you confess to your wife and your own mother on audio and you're recorded, the jury just has to hear that, period. And I guarantee you they're going to convict your ass. I don't give a damn how good Andrew Baldwin and Mr. Rosie is. I mean, they're just high-class lawyers. They're doing their job. They know you're guilty. They're just doing their job. Spending that $2.1 million that was allotted to them for a defense. That's all they're doing. They're spending all that money before the trial. Okay, let me get back up here. I'm just rambling on, guys. Sorry. There are so many scenarios that could be plausible in this case. I can't wait to find out what really happened. This has haunted me since the beginning. You're not the only one, Jumping Jack. Yeah, I agree also. I don't think there will be a trial. I do believe he will plead at some point, you know, but I do believe right at this point in time, they're putting pressure. I believe they're putting pressure on his wife, Kathy, to get him to talk. I honestly do believe that. Oh, Ophelia, I'll get to that in a minute, hon. The 45, that is something that just, that number 45. Oh, well, he was 45 at the, oh, let's see. He's 50 now, so it was 6 years ago. He was 44, 45 at the time of the murders. Okay. It doesn't make sense that many of the alleged witnesses gave their statements months, even years or after. Just doesn't make sense, especially with Muddy Bloody. Sorry, but it's true. We don't know if she came forward back then or if she came forward here recently. See, that's the things we don't know. That's stuff they're keeping away from us. And I will let you know one of the names on the index that I had pointed out yesterday, the Betsy Blair, I told you guys is a registered nurse. She is the Muddy Bloody witness. Her name is Betsy Blair. 45. Well, I need to update myself. All right. What else we got here? The witness, the witnesses do not sit in the courtroom. They do not allow witnesses to sit in the courtroom that are testifying. They go into another room until they're called to be testified. I'm sure they can, Beth. I'm sure they can request that the cameras not be pointed toward them in any direction. Yes, Bruce, you're one of my sports buddies also. And in the last check, the Cubs were losing 3-0 here about a half hour ago, like in the third inning. Bruce, there is no court date yet. I would imagine that Judge Gold is going to set a court date for the suppression hearing. I would say it will be set probably within the next month, maybe the next couple of weeks at that. So we'll know, I'm sure, within the next 30 days. Okay, Boston Christian. Frank, 2 of the men arrested CSAM after KK arrest I've heard got detailed deals like little time with CSAM. How can that happen when they do it again? Give him a deal. I'll have to read that again. 2 of the men arrested CSAM after KK's arrest I've heard got deals like little time of CSAM. How can that happen? Will they do it again? Give him a deal. I'm sure if he talks and tells everything that took place, I'm sure Nick McClelland, because the death penalty has not been put on the table, guys, yet. You got to realize that. So no death penalty. So he's either going to go to trial and spend the rest in front of a jury and spend the rest of the time in his life in prison, or he's going to get a deal, even though the deal is going to put him in prison for the rest of his life. But deja vu, I wouldn't say that, because there's some of us that talk to individuals that are tied into the case, and I'm sure we might be able to get some specific information, but I don't count on it, though. So, oh, we got a new one. Lady Monet Cafe. I think the cameras should be stationary, focused on the judge, defense table, and prosecutor's table. The audience and jury should be shielded. What I've been saying since the beginning of the live there, Lady Monet. They should not be pointing no cameras near the gallery or nothing. Okay, why wasn't the family happy to hear of Allen's arrest if they thought he was the guy? They actually looked shocked or in disbelief. They were shocked and disbelief because he lived right there in the town and he worked at the only damn drugstore in the town. If you've never been to Delphi, K, I don't know if you have. I don't know where you're from. Delphi, it takes about 30 seconds to drive through the town. About 30 seconds. That's how small it is. But they sure didn't look like it. Today was the day. Well, remember what Doug Carter said when they had to press her for his arrest. Even though the day was the day that he got arrested, today is not the day. And what he means by that, today, not today, is that we still got a long way to go before we get a conviction or a plea agreement. There you go, GP. You're right. No witnesses are allowed in the courtroom. They have to be in a separate room from everything else. They cannot be in the same room. Each individual witness has to be in a separate room. The reason why they do that, so they don't talk about the case. I really wonder if RA can be connected to any other killers. All right. I was up talking to an individual till 2 o'clock this morning. He's very prominent. You don't see him a whole lot on YouTube. He does videos every once in a great while. As a matter of fact, he just did a video earlier this week, a couple minutes long, and we sat and talked for about 2 hours last night. And from what he is explaining to me, there's 2 private investigators for the defense team. One of them is from Carmel, Indiana. Him, I'm not going to give his name, and then Andrew Baldwin, the way it was explained to me is they worked their asses off so hard to find a connection with Keegan that they left with no hair on their ass saying Keegan is 100% not involved in this case. And that's coming from the defense. Okay. Basically, and he also told me that people are going to be disappointed and upset, but it's a lone wolf situation. All right. Yes, I do. I love my Cubs too. Oh my God. 6-0 in the 7th inning. Oh my God. I believe the cops told them that they still needed another person to arrest. Well, that's another thing we discussed last night. Remember when Nick McClelland said other actors or other actors not directly involved in the murders, but after the fact, we're looking at a bad actor. And it's a relative, and y'all know who it is. She's a bad actor because there is belief and rumor and speculation that she covered up for him, and there's some other things that she possibly did. And she lied to law enforcement about some things and brought her sister into it and things like that. Her sister debunked anything that Kathy had said to law enforcement involving Joyce. I mean, yeah, I'd like to see her get arrested for obstruction of justice. And like I told you guys, when the hearings that I've been to, the last 2 hearings, she sat right in front of me with Alan's mother. And I looked at her and I said, man, this fake ass crocodile tear having woman sitting here playing a role. She could be a good actor, guys. She's sitting there, the crocodile tears, I noticed it right off the bat. No, the lady that saw him on the platform, hold on, I got her name. Give me a second, guys. Ooh. I go through my list of names. Sarah Carball is the lady that was at the bridge that saw him on the first platform. Sarah Carball. I'm not much into hockey, Ophelia. So what do you think he'll plead or try? I honestly believe he's going to plead out, because I think the defense has basically told him, dude, you're screwed. But there still looks like they're trying to take it to trial, but I don't see it going to trial. Honestly, I don't. Let's see where I'm at. Julianne Friend, good to see you. TV is different. They like to show the families on camera and question them. Yeah, exactly. That's one of the problems I have with the cameras being in the courtroom. Lady Bonet, what do you mean? Could you? No. Looks like you mistyped or something. There you go, Ophelia. It's a town of ink. Blink. Yeah, you blink and you're out of the town. I think the family was just on shock because it had been 5 years. I think they were just pissed off because of the fact is that Richard Allen went to the police station the day or two after and gave a statement, and they overlooked him and just basically said he was a witness, and they overlooked him. And here we are almost 6 years later. They finally caught on to him. Let's see. St. Louis. I'm late to the live. Could you recap what your opinion is on Allen and if he's connected to CSAM? I have heard speculation, rumor that some of the phones that they confiscated at his home had some C-SPAM on them. I can't confirm or deny that. Until I see some documentation that they actually did, all we can do is speculate. That doesn't explain them not being happy about the arrest of one of the culprits. They looked in utter disbelief. They weren't strangers after all. Well, I can tell you right now that one of the families knows Richard Allen and was in the bars with Richard Allen. And no, it's not Becky's sister. She was just a bartender, guys. Her sister was just a bartender at JC's, and she was highly upset when her picture with her and Kathy was floating around everywhere. I talked to Becky about it. Her sister was highly upset because people were making it look like that her sister and Kathy were friends. No, I used to be a bartender. You do what you got to do to make money. You take pictures with them, whatever you got to do. Put an extra shot in their drink, whatever you got to do. Buy them a shot, whatever you got to do to get those tips. They're going to do what they have to do. And that's all that was with that photo with Becky's sister and Kathy. Let's see. Oh, sorry, guys. Susan Oswald. Hi, Frank. First time catching your live stream. Listen to your comments on Sleuth. Yeah. What comments you talking about, Susan? Are you talking about the cameras? Because I've been a full-fledged member and a moderator for Sleuth going almost 2 years now. I always thought it was a lone wolf and an opportunity kill. I think the other actor is his alibi. There you go. You're seeing through it now, see-through. But you got to realize, I was up in the air on the lone wolf and possibly another person or two involved because you have to look at the circumstances. Libby being a 200-pound girl and trying to control two girls. I understand he had a gun and everything, but I don't think he would ever fire the gun because it would have drawn too much attention. I know he used it as a scare tactic, and I don't believe it was premeditated. Now, after some of the information I've gone through over the last 2 days, I don't think it was premeditated. It was an opportunity. You're right. It was an opportunity. They pissed him off somehow, and he was going to get revenge. Court TV going to follow Kohberger's scenario regarding cameras. Delphi is a whole worldwide known case. Exactly. Don at Wanda. I was by Lebanon on Niagara. I go at least once a year fly fishing and canoeing. Ningua. Sorry about that. Never heard of it. What's going on, CJK? Good to see you. Bruce. Okay, Kay. I don't see what it being a small town has to do with not being happy that someone is caught, unless you don't believe it's the right guy. If you don't believe it's the right guy, you ain't got no business being in the true crime community. If I put myself in Richard Allen's shoes, do you really think that I am going to confess to anybody on a phone knowing it's being recorded that I committed murder and killed 2 little girls? Hell no, I'm not going to confess to that. I'm going to box it up and let the jury decide. Prove that I killed them girls. But there's too much evidence against Richard Allen that he did it. In my opinion, there's no way she never knew it was him on the bridge. Hell, my wife would have identified me on the bridge from Ron's house. And see, that's the thing. The scenario I'm looking at is that Richard went in, gave his statement, come home, and that told Kathy, well, he's not the guy. He's not in jail. So she let it go. But as years went by, I can guarantee some things came up that made her look at him and basically said, I know it's my husband, but she covered for him. GP. Yeah, I think they probably could have believed he was the guy because they have seen them while picking up stuff from CVS. And nobody ever recognized him because let me tell you a little bit of a situation that happened back then with Kay Weber. Her and her husband every year go to Arizona for the winter, okay? The FBI went down to Arizona to interview Kay and her new husband, Mr. Sanders. And they pulled a picture out and asked Kay, do you know who this guy is? And according to the information I was given, Kay replied, how in the heck am I supposed to know who that is when his face is covered from the nose down? So they got him on a trail cam. I'm trying to figure out where the trail cam would be. Would it be on the Weber property or was it on Ron Logan's property? Yes, I do believe the wife knew after a certain amount of time. Okay. Are you friends with the family? If not, how do you know how they feel? I'm not friends. I've got to know them over the last couple of years. I've spent time with them a couple times. And like I said, me and Becky talk at least once or twice a week. You know, we don't talk about the case because of the gag order. If I get documents, I immediately send them over to him because I believe she deserves to have the documents that are out there. The family should not be left out until trial time or whatever to find out what's going on. Okay, Sarah Carball is the muddy, bloody witness, Frank. Betsy is the one claiming to see BG on the... See, I've been flipped on that, so let me look into that some more, Kay, and find out for sure who's who. He puts himself at the bridge and wore the same jacket. It's not exactly right. Rocket scientist, exactly. Beth. Frank, you think the suppression hearing will go anywhere? If not, you think Richard Allen will plead after that? I don't think that the judge is going to suppress anything. Honestly, I don't. I just don't. She's smarter than the average bear. She knows exactly what the defense is trying to pull here. Becky Patty was the first to post today is the day when RA was arrested, so that sounds happy to me. But honestly, I haven't really talked to her about that whole situation. Bruce, Becky's sister knew of Kathy and Richard from the JC's bar there in Delphi. She was the bartender, and they would frequent customers in there. Frank, will you ever sugarcoat things? Hence, why I appreciate him and more. Frank will never sugarcoat. There you go. I mean, I don't. I mean, I try to be upfront and honest as much as possible, guys. But if there is information and documents that I believe that does not have no business out in the public domain, I will not release them. Like, I've got a photo that will never be released on my end. Never. And I'm sure people have already seen it because it was out there years ago. And it got sent to me a couple years ago. And it about made me want to vomit that somebody would do. I'll just tell you what it is. Somebody had an audacity to go to Libby and Abby's funeral at the junior high, and they actually took a picture of Libby laying in her casket. I was dumbfounded that somebody would do that. And then they started spreading it around platforms. When it was sent to me, I said, oh no, this ain't going nowhere. Thank you, Cecil, for the $3 super sticker. Much appreciated. Okay. Julia Friend, did anyone think about their response appear happy to you? They didn't have to say anything. The reaction spoke volumes, and even now, never expressed any happiness about RA's arrest. Let's see, more from Ophelia. Sleuth gave me mod for my birthday and took it away because of other people's drama I had no idea about, and sent him ideas of what to talk about and merch ideas and stuff. Okay, I got you. Susan Oswald. I've been watching Sleuth about 2 years. Just listen, like your points on the case from start. Bobby, I don't care how big she was. Men are strong. Doesn't make any difference, man. It don't make it. Try to carry a 200-pound girl through a creek that's about 2 feet deep. That's not exactly easy. Dead weight at that. If she was knocked out and he had to carry her, I don't know. We just don't know the circumstances. So that's something that's going to it's going to come out later. If she made it across or what happened. I've got a pretty good idea on what happened, but I'm not going to put it out there because it's just my opinion, and I don't want to piss people off and think that I know everything, because like I said, I've got my own opinions and I'm going to stick to them until something else tells me different. All right, D, we'll see you in a few minutes. He never said sorry or helped himself accountable for being a jackass, so I just stopped talking to everyone. All right, Ophelia. I don't know what the situation is with you and Sleuth, okay? That's between you guys, but I will tell you, I'll defend Sleuth till the end of time. Sleuth is a good dude. Some people might not like his tactics or the way he approaches things, but that's the way he does things, and you can't blame him for what he does. I will tell you right now that somebody created another account under name Sleuth Intuition because he posted it in his Discord. Somebody created another account. So there's people out there trying to bury certain individuals like myself, Miss Deb from True Crime Notebook, Sleuth Intuition. And my first thoughts were why are they trying to get us away from the Delphi case? Why are they? Are they jealous, or what's the circumstances? No one's ever confronted me and told me why they wanted us away from the case. Let's all run in and hit the like button. Frank's once again doing a great job. Thank you, Boston. Hey, Cold Truth. Man, missed you. Where you been hiding? Yeah, I stopped in your little live tonight. Wanted to say hi. Missed your pretty face. Haven't seen you around in a while. All right. Jamie Hicks. Yeah, I'm surprised myself, Jamie. Thanks, Bruce. I appreciate everybody stopping in. I got bored, man. Like I said, I was up until 4 o'clock this morning. I woke up at 8 because my internal clock wakes me up at exactly 8 o'clock every morning to check my case to make sure there's no documents have been filed or motions or whatever. I do that every morning. And then I go take a nap about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon until about 5:36, and then I'm up until 10, and then I'm right back in bed again. So I got a boring ass life besides YouTube. Deja vu. Wasn't that the first time Abby was on the bridge? And why was Libby such a distance away when pic was taken? Honestly, Deja vu, if you've ever been on the bridge, okay. I did some research on the bridge. It's about 100 and some feet in between each plank, and there's 7 planks on that bridge, and the bridge is 856 feet long. So, let me see. Abby was right there at the second platform. Is if you're coming from the north, walking to the south, that would be to your left. And I would say Liberty was probably 10, 15 feet away, I would imagine, if that. So she really wasn't that far away. Yeah. And I'm starting to believe he is too, because of after what I heard of the situation with Kay Weber and things of that nature. And then I heard it again here just recently, and I said, okay, now that's got to be true if I'm hearing it from somebody else. But we just don't know. Does anyone remember Anna's story about a guy creeping Abby out in a store at one time? I would love to know what store that was in. I have never heard of that one. If you could find a see-through or find an article, a video, or whatever, I'll put my email up here. Would you send it to me? You're right, Julian. Nobody should be judging the family whatsoever. Some of these creators have no business being out there on YouTube wanting to put all the blame on the family, Cody, Patty, Kelsey. Come on, guys. What is wrong with you? Oh, somebody gave me a $10 super sticker. Beth Gonzalez, thank you, hon. Much appreciated. Yep. Leave the family alone. That's all I got to say. Just leave them alone. I won't support anyone even when I've been a mod for them. I don't and won't support anyone or any channel that chooses to do such things to others. Well, I hope you don't think of that of me, because I keep out of all that crap. And I make it very clear, do not drag me into your bullshit. Excuse my French. Yep, the sleuth crew's in, Jamie. Oh, man, why is my... There you go. Another good point, Lady Monet. They're just setting up for appeal options. They're doing their job. That's all they're doing. Pain, I get you. Commentators are just that. Facts count. Bullshit, people don't. Yeah, I'm not a military brat, but my grandfather and my uncle ran, and I ended up going in myself. So it runs in my family. I'm the only one. Me, my grandfather, and my uncle are the only ones in my side, my last name side of the family that's ever been in the military. Yes, everybody's entitled to their observations and opinions. If you guys cannot get along in my chat, you're going to have to leave, because I don't have none of that drama in my live streams or in my chat. I will not have that. We're all here to get along, throw ideas at each other, what your opinions are. We don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree, whatever. Please don't bring this garbage into my chat, please, or I'm just going to have to put you out for the night. CJ tried that. He's no longer someone I recommend. Jamie Hicks. Oh my God, Frank, I've seen that too. Smack my hunt. Unreal what people do at funerals nowadays. It's ridiculous. I mean, I took a picture of my mother. My mother just passed away last November. And I took a picture laying under her casket, because there's a difference when she was in the hospital and she passed. It didn't even look like her. So I wanted a picture of her and the casket, and it looked like she was just laying there sleeping in it. It looked exactly like my mother. So all right, who is that? 43 Pammy, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you very much. Sleuth is a good person, people. You might have your opinions, your problems with him, but as long as I've known him for the last few years and got to really know him as a person, we're not buddies or anything like that, but just from talking to him through Discord and private conversations, he is a good guy. And he hasn't proved me any different. Yeah, there were times a couple years ago where he was snapping on people for doxing him and everything like that, but he's got to the point where he's over that. He don't care. Dox him, you don't care. As long as you don't show up at his house and with any ill will intent, you're good. But I recommend individuals quit putting people's information out there. It's not doing you any good. What advantage are you getting of putting people's addresses, their real names, their phone numbers out there? Nothing. Zilch. Zero. It's like I told you guys before. Somebody shows up at my house unannounced with ill will intent, It's not going to be pretty. And that's not a threat. That is a promise. I'm totally disabled. I can't float like a butterfly, sting like a bee anymore, but I sure do have Lucille who could do the stinging for me. Ophelia, I defend him too, Frank. I defend him against everyone, Frank, and yet nothing was recognized. No thank you, nothing. Well, that's something you're going to have to take up with him, Ophelia. I mean, there's nothing I could do. I had another young lady who had the same problem with him a couple months back, and she reached out to me at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Will you ask Sleuth why he blocked me on Discord? No. You know what you did. I'm not getting in it. It has nothing to do with me. If it does not have nothing to do with me, I don't get involved in it, period. My most concern is my YouTube channel and this Delphi case and getting justice for Abby and Libby and the families. That's my concern. What always points to one man to me was the talk of the chance of escaping. If there was more than one, I doubt that chance occurred. I was sitting here pondering about this, and that's why I was always up in the air here recently, if it was just a lone wolf or if it was multiple people, due to the fact is of everything that took place, like the girls going down both hills, happened to cross the creek, one of the girls stripped down, murdered, scene staged, signatures placed there if there were signatures, because we have not seen no evidence that there was signatures ever placed at the scene. We haven't seen any of that yet, and like I said earlier, if it was me and I killed two girls, do you really honestly think that I'm going to stick around and stage the scene, place signatures, strip the girls' clothes down, whatever the hell took place out there? My ass would do my deed and get the hell out of there and get the hell out of Dodge as quickly as possible. But he didn't. Apparently, he got seen by somebody walking down 300. Like I said, Ophelia, if you can reach out to him through Discord and a private message, I don't know if you're part of Discord, you might want to message him and talk to him and say, hey, can we talk and rectify the situation between me and you? That's all you got to do. He's either going to say yes or no. The fake account crap, it is ridiculous. Fairly certainly, it's a small group that share little theories. Give me a little bit more insight of what you mean, CJK. Olivia too was a mod on channel and didn't even say why he modded her. That's something I can't answer either, guys. Anything that Sleuth does on his end is on him. Okay? Now, from this point on, after this little thing with Kay, we're not talking about Sleuth no more, because I don't like talking about other creators. That's something I just don't do. Well, Ophelia, you might want to jump on Discord and send him a private message. It's a God thing, smartasses. I think they like to be humored. Well, everybody's smartasses as far as I'm concerned. Everybody could be a smartass, deja vu. Well, then, Ophelia, I'm sorry. I just don't know what to tell you, but we're going to end the Sleuth situation right now. I don't want to talk about it no more on my platform. There you go, Jamie. He's staying clear of dumpster fire drama. Is exactly what I do. You get involved in that, and they're going to come up with anything or everything to try to make you look bad, and I'm not down with that. Yeah, Cold Truth. Yeah, I missed you, girl. I mean, I like watching your shows, and I'm like, man, where did she disappear to? By the way, Cold Truth, I'm sure you know JP, because me and you have talked about, you asked me if I was going to go up and attend Garrett Kurtz's trial, and I don't know yet, because I don't drive because of my epilepsy and the injuries that I have. So I don't drive. So I have to always try to find a ride up in that area. And usually I can, but to go all the way up to, is it White County, I believe, or Newton County, wherever it is, that's a long drive. So I'll try my best to get up there, but talk to JP, and I'm sure she's attending. Believe that, because me and her in-depth conversations quite a few times on Garrett Kurtz and Ray Harnish and her niece. I agree, Ray Jones, feel your pain. Sorry about the misunderstanding with Sleuth. I'm not saying Sleuth is a bad person, but credit is due where it's due. And on top of it, be modding someone who was a mod for almost 2 years for no apparent reason because of stupid people. I don't recall you being a mod. So like I said, no more Sleuth discussion in my channel. Hey, Charles, good to see you. Well, I mean, affiliate, that's part of the game. I mean, it's not like having a job. I mean, if you felt that way, you should have asked him to remove you as a mod. If they have you considered you're taking it too personally, because I followed Steve for years too off and on, and I'm not either. You guys take this shit too personal, man. Sorry. I'm getting Holly upset about this sleep situation. I don't want this in my channel. Because Sleuth will go back, he'll watch part of my show, and he'll start seeing some of this, and then he's going to start questioning me, and I don't want that. Me and Sleuth work together behind the scenes, sharing documents or whatever we got. I'm not playing that, dude. No more, or I'm going to time you out. I've sent him several super chats. He blocked me from his chat, and I have no idea why or what I said or did. He doesn't even have the courtesy to tell you about it. That's not cool either. All right. I see anything in here, I'm timing you out. No more Sleuth crap. Who? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Ray, please, no more. And let's see. True Crowd Housewife. Anna said it was at a grocery store, but I don't remember the name. There's only one grocery store in Delphi, and it's right across the street. Well, kind of diagonal across the street from the courthouse. I can't remember the name of it. Read what JP says right here. You got to get to know us as a person. Just because you're a mod doesn't mean you know who the person you are modding for. You got to get them know them on a personal level. Duke Nukem, good to see you, buddy. What do you think about the 2 sketches with what others are saying, Frank? Well, you know, I keep going back to that damn interview with Doug Carter where he says that you cannot look at a sketch as a picture. And then he turns around and contradicts himself and takes the picture, both sketches, and says you put them together, you could form a picture. And I said, that's contradicting what you just said. You said you don't take a sketch and look at it as a picture or a photo. So right there, I don't know what to think of Doug Carter anymore. I just don't. I don't know if he was trying to mislead people or what the hell he was doing. Yes, it is, CJK. It's very nauseating. That's why I don't affiliate myself with those channels that do that. Sorry, guys. I think Anna talked about the incident. Okay. I think Anna talked about the incident at the store is in her interview with James Renner, but I'm not positive. Do I have any mods? Is D back? Because I'll have her put an end to this right now because I think she's my only mod in here. All right, Ophelia, I'm timing you out because I told you you're not going to talk like that about other creators in my chat. So you're timed out. Sorry, guys. I'm going through this chat, trying to keep up with you guys because you guys are throwing everything at me. All right, Don Spain. Frankmeister, you said you don't believe RA acted premeditated. Can you elaborate? I think he was having some type of meltdown, mental breakdown of some sort that caused him to go out there. He was going out there to kill somebody. That's just plain and simple. Why would you take a gun and an alleged knife to a bridge just to watch cat or fish in the creek and look at stock ticker? You don't go anywhere like that. And a Bowie knife, if you know what a Bowie knife is, look it up online. A Bowie knife looks almost like Rambo knife, but it's 12 inches long and it's got the end of it's curved just a little bit. It's a big knife. Right, Jumping Jack Flash. Hold on. Snooth Rocks, one of the most genuine creators out there that stays far away from the YouTube drama, which I have mad respect for him due to that. Agree with you, Willow. Same, but also at Steve and Kristen. Yep. Steve and Kristen, they're real good. And Jumping Jack Flash says, this is really distracting everyone. That's what I mean. It's almost like these individuals are doing this intentionally. I am trying to get to the bottom of why they're trying to get us away from the Delphi case. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's how I feel about it. Sorry, just jumping in and defending a really great creator. By the way, hey, Frank, good to see you and everyone. Good to see you, Willow. I agree. This is Don Payne. I agree, but in life, great people often have disagreements, unfortunately. That's just that. You're right, Don. That's just part of it. It's on how you handle the disagreements. If you can be adults about it and talk about it and whatever you got to do to rectify the situation, shake hands, whatever, afterwards, that's what you got to do. But I will not, unfortunately, with some individuals, I won't give them the opportunity because they've shown their ass too many times. And one in particular, and I'm sure everybody knows what I'm talking about, he's not living in this state anymore. I'm curious why there is so much drama on these YouTube channels. It's driving out some good creators. It all started with one particular creator who started doxing people, putting their addresses out, their names, their real names, phone numbers are going out. You know, you shouldn't be doing that. That's just, what are you trying to do? You're trying to get somebody killed? I mean, come on. We know that the YouTube community and creators, they have haters. We know this, and we don't know how them haters are going to react if they see us in public or if they find out where we live. And like I told you guys, if any of them idiots come to my house, y'all better come up with some bail money. All right, Willow Rain. Absolutely, Don, I agree, but I'll shut up now. I said my piece now to respect Frank. I'm not saying anymore. Thank you, Willow Rain. Thank you very much. There is one of my favorite people. She's been gone for a while, guys, Freckle Joy. She's getting ready to go into the police academy there in California. Is it next month, Freckle Joy? Is that when you start in the academy? See-through, Jumping Jack Flash. I'm not 100 on this, but I think it may have been veterinary clinic. I know that Kathy Allen worked at the veterinary clinic. I don't know which one. How'd you like to take down the PA escape to come to help? Frank, Bobby. I appreciate all the work you've done on us. Thanks, Bobby. I much appreciate it, man. Yes, very confusing. He's a politician. You guys got to realize that he's a politician. Even though he's the Indiana State Police Superintendent, he's still a politician. He gets elected, or no, he don't get. He gets appointed. All right, D. D, keep an eye on the chat for me with me, please, because it's just me and you modding. People want. There's a couple people that are having issues with Sleuth, and they're trying to bring that drama into my chat, and I don't want it in here. I'm not a fan of Doug Carter at the moment, but I am keeping an open mind that there is madness to his method. Yeah. Now I'd like to know what that is. Good night, Beth. Have a good night. Frank, Jamie Hicks. Frank, some of the comments you're reading out loud right now, we're tight before you said not to bring Sleuth up again. Well, every time I bring one up, it's something about Sleuth, so that's why I said no more. I don't want to see that crap, because then I'm going to get questioned, and I don't need to be questioned. So that's why I put it into it. Was there a live earlier today somewhere talking about the sketches? It was Fig Solve had a 2-minute video he did a few days ago with Doug Carter and the sketches. Go to Fig Solves on YouTube, and he's got the video posted. I think Doug Carter can't keep his story straight sometimes, but bottom line, he's basically a spokesperson for this and other cases. I think it's good to remember that. He's not a detective, guys. That's blatantly obvious. Oh, Don, you got a Bowie knife? Yeah, we all got our opinions. We don't have to agree. I feel like they are trying to cause a rift with you and Sleuth. Oh, it's just not me and Sleuth. They've done it to Miss Deb True Crime Notebook also. And Randy, of course. One of the main people that covers the Delphi case, and they're trying to down us for what reasons we don't know. So you're on hold for the Academy? I'm sorry to hear that, Freckle Joy. CJK, I was going to mention that, Frankmeister, you take a Bowie knife if you're hunting and a pocket knife on a walk. My hubs carries a pocket knife always, never a Bowie knife in his everyday life. Yeah, it was awful kind of strange if it was a Bowie knife. Why would you be carrying a Bowie knife around like that? Unless you're out hunting for deer, to where you could get it and everything. I'm afraid Ellie combined several witness statements who might have seen different men dressed similarly into one sketch. No wonder it looks like everybody and their uncle. That's why Doug Carter says you cannot compare a sketch to a photo. Because I took that young BG sketch and I could name off several people that it resembles. Daniel Pearson, a couple other people. Tyler Joe French, another example. Some big news breaking coming soon. Supporters, what is that about? I have not heard anything. I got notified earlier in the week that there was allegedly some more documents that was going to get dropped. And as a matter of fact, they got an update on that today. The news station that was up there, when I talked to them, they called me today. She went by the clerk's office to ask them if there was going to be any documents dropped anytime soon, and they said no. So that's all I know. I feel like it had to be premeditated only recently because I started questioning his thinking. Yet one who is part of a trip. He started the lie, troll, and hate, in my opinion. Excuse me, guys. Yep, one who's part of the trio is who started the lie. Yep, yeah, you're right. I dropped it, but thanks for not paying attention to the others who keep egging it on. Thank you for apologizing. Thank you, D. Oh, yeah, I was shocked too, man. That, and then I was like, oh my God, who else worked at Chrysler? Tony Klein, Brad Holder. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. But once I talked to that individual for 2 hours last night, and he I was confident that he knew what he was talking about the defense team couldn't find no ties to Keegan Klein except for that he was catfishing the girls. And ultimately, they were murdered, which had nothing to do with Keegan catfishing them. The stroke isn't really what hurt me. It was the running my car into a wall that made life suck right now. Oh, my goodness, sweetie. I'm so sorry. Why is a gravity knife illegal? Let me look that up. I've never heard about a gravity knife illegal. Give me a second. Let's see. It says there's only 2 states that it's illegal in: New Jersey and Delaware. You're talking about like a switchblade. And I know in the state of Indiana, the blade can't be over 6 inches long, or it's illegal to carry around. All right, got to the bottom of that. My eyes are starting to go on me, guys. Oh man, we've been on an hour. Let's see. A politician and a liar. But what makes a politician? But what politician isn't? Prerequisite. All politicians are liars. They lie to you just to get in the office. That's all they do. That's why I don't vote. Yeah, Willow Rain, gravity knife's a switchblade. Red Pirate Robert. What's going on? What's going on, Robert? I know who you are. I know when you use that word interesting, who you are. Just saying hi to all. Got to go start at the beginning. All right, Jerry. Let's see what Ray has to say. Yeah, they better leave Deb alone. That is one of the sweetest ladies I've ever met in my life. Believe me, she lives I live in Greenwood, Indiana, and she lives about 30 minutes north from me. And me and her almost talk almost every day about the case. And when all this started and they brought her into it, she was just about in tears with me every time I talked to her, because it hurt her feelings that they're trying to bring her in to this drama, and she doesn't do anything wrong. All right. From my understanding, Miss Haunted Parlor, no, nothing was found in the Wabash River. Nice to see you back, Frankmeister. Wasn't sure what was up with you, with everything. I just took a break because of all the drama, and my name was getting pulled into it. So I had to take a break because my name was being brought into stuff that I had nothing to do with, and I don't approve of that. So I took a break for a little while to let the heat cool down, not just for myself, for Sleuth, Miss Deb, and Randy, and whoever else is getting messed with through the community. Not Spain. Yeah, I only take my Bowie knife camping. By the way, how do you know it was a Bowie knife, Frankmeister? Wink, wink. I'm not positive, but information was given to me that it was a Bowie knife. I don't have anything to prove that. That's speculation or rumor. So that's what was information that was given to me today, as a matter of fact. Lady Monet, there was a Bowie knife found at Ari's house. Do you have anything to show that there was? Document anything. Because if you do, I would like to see that so we can verify this. So we can stop saying speculation or rumor. Ruckus, matter of fact, I spoke to Ruckus earlier today, and he was really sick, like COVID or something. I talked to him for about 5 minutes, and he told me he was not feeling well at all. So I let him go and told him to go get some rest and everything, and I haven't talked to him since. I talked to him this morning. That was it. Guys, if you want to know what a Bowie knife looks like, just Google search it and you'll see it. It's a big, look at Crocodile Dundee. That's a Bowie knife. That's what a Crocodile Dundee had, was a Bowie knife. The facts are about to hit the fan in the weeks, months preparing for the trial. I just don't think it's going to go to trial. I mean, there's just too much on him. We don't know what it all is, but we know it was him because he confessed. Like I said earlier in the program, guys, no man in their right mind is going to be sitting in the prison knowing that the calls are recorded and admit to his wife and his mother that he's the one who did it. What person in their right mind is going to do that? No, Thomas didn't leave as a creator. He just left the Delphi community. Frosty, I talked to him yesterday about it. Deb will do anything for anybody if you treat her right and with respect. I love Deb to death. There's GP. Yes, it is terrible what they're done to Deb. She is the sweetest lady ever. All right, Willow, good night. Take care. Have a good night's rest. Thank you for stopping in. South Carolina, no ice is illegal if over 6 inches. Different states, different laws. Switchblades are illegal here. They're illegal here too. It was listed on the contents from the search warrant along with the cell phone. Do you have the return or what was listed? Because they didn't list on the, I have not seen the search warrant, what they list on the search warrant, what they went to go find. I have not seen that. If anybody's got a copy of it or has seen it or know where to get it, please forward it to me so I can take a look at it. Because I want to know exactly what they found, because I was told a few weeks back the reason why they were digging in the backyard is they were looking for a SIM card for a cell phone. And I don't know how true that is. Rumor, speculation again. More than we do. I was trying to info out of him. There's things I will talk about, Don, and there's things I can't talk about. What a great live stream. I'd love to see all of the love and support to all those good creators. We like this better than drama any day. Totally agree. Jamie Hicks, hugs. Thank you for that little comment there. You always do a great job relaying information, giving a great perspective on the case. We all appreciate you, Frank. Thank you, Ray. Much appreciated. South Carolina, who else thinks that Frank has the best voice? If anybody is in my chat that doesn't know, I used to be a radio broadcaster, a DJ back in the 80s. And everybody always tells me, man, you got a voice for radio. Well, now I used to be on the radio. As a matter of fact, Deb used to work with Ennis Communications with my instructor that I went to radio broadcasting school, and my instructor back then in the 80s, his name was Charlie Morgan. He was on WFMS. He was my instructor, and Miss Deb used to work with him at Ennis Communications downtown Indianapolis. Everybody's always messaging me, man, you all right? We ain't heard from you. I'm just doing my thing behind the scenes, guys. Staying away from the bullshit. Because if you intertwine yourself into it, they're going to come after you next. So that's why I stay away from it. I got information that he didn't confess, but he overheard a conversation between Richard Allen was having a conversation with somebody, and his son-in-law overheard the conversation. That's what I've been told. I have nothing to back that up. So once again, insert speculation and rumor. The only thing that I seen was the phones, and what I'm going to do is, if I'm going to go back through the index for the discovery, and they've got 2 Motorola cell phone IMEI numbers listed. I'm going to go back to Richard Allen and Ron Logan's PCAs, because they listed a IMEI number on one of them, and I want to see if they match. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. Because remember back at the beginning, they said that there was two pings, 2 cell tower pings from 2 different phones, and they couldn't trace back to anybody. I know a lot of people that get new cell phones and don't dispose of their old ones. They throw it in a drawer or something in case they need new one. New one gets lost, or to give to someone else. Not unusual. Yeah, but the amount of phones that I heard that he have, who in the hell? This is what I was told. He had something like between 17 and 20 cell phones. Who in the hell keeps that many cell phones? I mean, come on. Thank you, Ophelia. Thank you for the compliment. Westville has the worst of the worst. They send inmates to attempt escapes, lead inmate gangs, and assault officers there. I'm afraid RA was being threatened. It's possible. It is possible. And you guys know, Digital, they're getting ready to close Michigan City. They're closing the Michigan City prison, which they call the Indiana State Prison. I am sure it was listed on documents I saw posted listed what items were removed from his house. I Googled what a Bowie knife was. I think workers discussed a Bowie knife also. Hey, you were supposed to be in bed, Steffa. I woke her up earlier. She's one of my closest friends from another state. Boy, I was doing my live last night, and I had some type of technical difficulties going on my live, and she was blowing up my phone until I answered that damn thing. But when I call her, she won't answer or return my calls, but she ended up messaging me later, explaining what the circumstances, and I appreciate you doing that support. Sorry for waking you up about an hour or so ago. So I don't think Deb was ever in here. When I talked to her earlier, she was at her daughter's house. All right, let's see. Going through the chat, guys. I probably got 4 old cell phones around here somewhere. I'm not a nefarious character, so I don't know how relevant that evidence is in the grand scheme of things. They sell there's the Dollar General too, right behind the CVS there in Delphi. They sell burner phones there too. $30 burner phones. I was laying in bed, Jamie, watching the Cubs game, and then it got to 3-0, and I was like, man, I'm not going to sit here and watch this. I think I'm going to do a live and talk about the camera situation that the information was forwarded to me today. So that's why I did a live. I didn't expect to be on this long, but we're having a good conversation here, so I might as well stay until everybody's ready to get rid of me. Yeah, Jamie, that was lit. And then Grind Geek was like, don't get yourself in trouble. When we were talking about a certain individual. Paulo, hey, Robert, don't put his name out there. Well, you might as well. You might as well. You done put Paulo's name out there. Paulo is Brittany's husband, which is Richard Allen's daughter's husband. And from what I have been told, I don't know how accurate it is, but Paulo was the confidential informant they had a meeting with the Peru AutoZone. That's what I was told. I don't know how accurate that is. Until I see some more documents to prove that, I'm going to insert speculation and rumors. Yep, I've caught up with the chat. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about as far as the Delphi case or anything that needs to be brought up to my attention you want me to discuss? I am curious how Allen didn't sink in Deer Creek with all the coat scarves. You got to remember the water only comes up to, well, hell, he's only 5'6". I would say it come up to his thighs. And good question. The river, the creek current is very strong at that time of the year. I don't know how he did it either. I just don't understand how he did it. Any more questions, concerns, or anything anybody wants to talk about concerning Delphi? Because we've been on here about an hour and a half, and I'm about to close it down because it's getting late. It is 12:30 at night, and I woke up my friend's support with Steppa. She had to deal with some issues with her daughter earlier today as far as medical, so I want her to be able to get some sleep. Let's see if there's any more. I missed the vet office comments. I didn't see no. Well, I have to go by with what Keegan said. He said he told Nick everything he knew about Delphi, but Nick said he couldn't corroborate anything that Keegan had said. So, like I told you guys, I talked to somebody that's real close to the case, and he does a live every once in a great while. And he broke it down to me and said that one of the private investigators and Andrew Baldwin busted their balls trying to find a link between Keegan and the murders, and they couldn't find anything to actually link him to being there or and being involved in the murders. That basically boils down to they were just being catfished by Keegan and happened to be murdered by somebody else. Frank, you've been to the area. In your own opinion, how were they missed if they weren't there the night before they were found? Honestly, I don't think they were on Ron Logan's property. I don't think they went down from Ron Logan's property down the ravine that runs up next to the cemetery, because the girls were found within, I would say, 20, 30 feet away from the ravine. And I don't think they actually went down that far. Honestly, I don't. Because if they did, they would have been found that night. Everybody's got their opinions. I've contemplated it also, but the more and more people I've talked to that's really deep into this case, the more and more I'm starting to be convinced it was a lone wolf and they were killed there. Oh, man, you guys are. Yeah, it was in between. He worked as Chrysler in between Walmart and CVS. No, I asked about that too with the person I talked to last night. I asked him, I said, was any of the girls in contact with Richard Allen? He said, as far as he knew, there was no evidence proving that he had contact with the girls. Philia, I don't have contact with Marv anymore. And I'm not going to discuss what the circumstances are. I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah, no, it's the Indiana State Prison, which is up in Michigan City. They're going to shut it down. I saw it on the news a couple days ago. Danny Masterson deserved what he got, Jamie. He deserved it. He deserved it. 30 years to life. From what I ran, I have not found anything that Richard Allen lived out of state, but I will tell you that he used to live right down the street from me here in Greenwood, Indiana. Not the same time I did, but he used to live right down the road from here. You said something about theft, if I heard correctly, maybe from vet's office where RA wife worked. I could be thinking of a previous live. I have not mentioned anything about a theft at a vet's office at all. So it had to have been to another chat or another live somewhere. Yeah, I do know that allegedly he worked at a Walmart and maybe Illinois. Was it in Illinois that he worked in a Walmart? I do believe that there's people that gave false information, false statements and stuff like that. I don't know how they're going to handle that. That's just my opinion. Yes, Richard Allen lived in Mexico City, Indiana, or Mexico, Indiana, which is right there outside of Peru. All right, guys. Oh, Rob, good to see you, man. You're a good, Star. No biggie. All right. I'm going to be closing it down here in the next couple of minutes. I'm going to take this time and the opportunity to thank Cecil Hotel, 43 Pammy, Beth Gonzalez, Ophelia, Boston, and Ophelia again for all the super stickers and super chats. It's much appreciated, guys. It helps me when I need to get up to Delphi for gas money, when I got to pay somebody that's involved with the case too, that lives near me. They have to come pick me up, and we drive up to Delphi, and they have to bring me back to Greenwood. So I pay them pretty decent, usually fill up their gas tank. So I am going to end the live tonight, guys. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight and spending a little time with me. Once more information comes out, or more documents, or whatever the circumstances might be with this case, you guys know I'm on top of everything, and I'll get everything out to you as soon as I can. Thank you, Cold Truth, for coming in. Once again, thank you, everybody. I love each and every one of you. Until next time, peace out. One love, guys. Good night.